What's going on, YouTube? It's Q and Jazz, H Squared, bringing you a video on our top 10 ways that you can save on a wedding.
Well, we'll just start off with giving you a general statistic. Last year in 2013, the average cost of wedding was roughly $28,000. How much was it, to be exact?
$28,427 to be exact. I could think of a lot of things I could spend $28,000 on.
Definitely, it's not a wedding. Not for me.
So, hey, first tip would be to set a budget. You want to set a budget, stick to it, research, know what things you want, but kind of get an idea of what you're looking for in your wedding and how much that might cost you. From that point, set a budget and stick to it. And always factor in, gratuity, taxes, different things like that.
Tip number 2, now that you have your budget, don't be scared to communicate your budget with your vendors or possible vendors. You go to a banquet hall and, are you smelling that? If you go to a banquet hall or a chapel or anything and you say, my budget is $5,000, and they say, yeah, we can't work with you, move right along. But for the most part, most vendors, regardless of how nice they are, will say, I might be able to drop something that will magically make this affordable for you because they want your business, and some business is better than no business at all.
Very true, very true. Tip number 3, make a list of your must-haves. Obviously, couples are going to be different, so there's going to be some things that are more important than others, but know what those are, make a list of them, and find out exactly how much they cost. So that way, you can throw that in the budget right away and already know how much you're down. And now they kind of give you leg room to work with everything else.
Tip number 4, utilize your search engine. If you go and just simply Google, you will find 3 times more vendors that aren't on the typical list. That's actually how we found our chapel. We just sent out a Hail Mary Google and boom, it is so perfect. And then we also Googled to get our nearby banquet hall. So Google it up. Or if you don't use Google, Bing, I don't know. Yeah.
Tip number 5, look for all-inclusive packages. When we say that, we mean look for a vendor that's going to give you the most bang for your buck. Some places we went to, they quoted a per person price, but then they had all of these extra charges for maybe uplighting or maybe linens, chair covers, different things like that. Cake cutting charge, like $2 a person just to cut the cake. Like, a lot of places do that. So what you want to do is find a place that includes all of those in the per person cost to eliminate you having to have a whole bunch of extra stuff added on top of the regular reception price.
Tip number 6, be open to Friday or Sunday weddings. Most people hate it when you say that, and they scoff at the idea of having a wedding on any day other than Saturday. They will give you discounts for a Friday night or a Saturday. Or a Friday night or a Sunday. People will come, especially if you tell them in advance, which is what invitations are for. So be open to other days.
Tip number 7, utilize your network. This is definitely something that has been a win-win for us. Knowing different people who do different things, have different crafts. We went to a Labor Day picnic at a relative's house. DJ there was really good. We got his information. Just talked to him recently, quoted me a great price. I would have spent probably 3 times that amount. Same with our photographer, co-worker, does a great job. I've seen work he's done before. It's gonna work out. Quoted me a good price. Hey, works for everybody. They make a little bit of money, we save money, keep it moving.
Tip number 8, it's my favorite tip. Check with your local colleges and or universities. They have horticulture and botany programs. If you need wedding flowers, these students want to decorate your wedding. They want to show off what it is that they can do. We actually went with the school that his sister goes to for flowers, and all they ask for is a donation in the cost of materials, which if you know anything about florists, typical florists, they jack their prices up 3 to 4 times what it costs them. So we're getting an awesome deal, and it's giving them practice for their annual competition. Also, the culinary art or hospitality program at that college, they want to cater your wedding. They want practice and they want to show their stuff.
Tip 9, revisit the guest list. Initially, when you first start putting your guest list together, you're just going to start throwing names down, people you know, people you think would be cool to come to the wedding. You want to keep in mind you're spending a lot on the per person. And you want to keep your turnover rate as low as possible. You want to, if you're booking 150 people to come, you want 150 people to show up. Understanding that some things do happen where a couple people may not be able to make it, but you want to keep that number as low as possible. So definitely revisiting the guest list.
Empty chairs piss people off at weddings. Like, I just paid $80 for you to come and you're not here. You owe me $80. Last tip, tip number 10, be flexible, be creative, and be unique. So many people spend unnecessary amounts of money trying to fit into a cookie cutter wedding. You don't have to have a sweets table booth. You don't have to have a photo booth. Be creative. If you don't want to have, if you can't afford flowers for all of your table, do flowers for half the table. And then find something awesome on, say, like Pinterest to do for the rest of the table. It's like, just be unique. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. And people will actually remember your wedding when there's something interesting in it, as opposed to the typical wedding that everybody else has. With that being said, thanks a lot for listening to us ramble on about how to save money. Really appreciate it, and hopefully we gave you some tips that are helpful.
Yep. Hey, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, H2_928, and click the subscribe button and
the like button.
Like the video.
Like us. Oh, also, we will be documenting some of the steps that we take to plan our wedding because we think that you guys care. And yeah, just follow us around and see what we are doing. It should be fun.
Yeah.
All right.